Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today video is actually going to be a bit of an introduction on my daily life as a remote worker on the island of Fuerteventura. Now I'm going to stay here for a month, more or less, and since mainly working online, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my life as a remote worker here on the island and sharing with you the advantages and disadvantages and a bit of the networking culture here on the island. Okay, I'll show you around a little bit the place that I'm staying here in Fuerteventura, or more precisely the accommodation I'm staying in. It's like a residential area in Caleta de Fuste, which is I think the perfect place to start like your journey through the island of Fuerteventura, because it's like very near the airport. It's no more than 7-8 minutes by car. And so let me show you the accommodation I'm staying in. It's nothing too fancy, honestly. That's also because it was kind of a last minute book trip. So this was one of the only, I would say, accommodation on a low budget. So we went for it, and I mean it's nice. The area is nice. It has even a swimming pool. Like it's really huge. Like it's a very big swimming pool. Supermarket near it. I mean, the place, it should need a bit of a, I would say, restoration or like a change in the, like things like kitchen and things like that. Should need like a renew of that. But overall, for its price as well, it's good and it's clean as well. So let me show you around. So this is the room. It has 2 single bed, window over there, wardrobe. And sorry for the mess. Of course, I unpacked everything since I'm going to stay here for a month. I prefer to have everything already unpacked. Here we have kind of a living room and the kitchen, fridge. In here, this is the dining table, which is also convertible as a desk area for me. And if you go outside, this is kind of the back of it, with a racket to put your laundry, to dry your laundry. And this is like the patio where we have to sunbed, and this is how it shows itself. Every apartment, every villa, it's pretty much the same. They're all like near each other, but it's a very quiet area as well. Like you don't hear any noises except during the morning, like planes going above your head, but just on the morning, honestly, not at night, which is great because you need to sleep at night. But in the morning, yeah, you could hear airplanes just because the airport, like I said, it's very close here. I'm all for less is more. I mainly work online. It's very important for me to have like a workspace or a desk where I can comfortably sit even for many hours a day, in that allow me to get in that process of in the workflow. I feel like when my workspace or my desk is not overly cluttered, I feel that it's easy on my mind. I feel more productivity, more creativity. So that's the nice thing about working online, though. That's the only thing that you need is Wi-Fi and a laptop. I do all my work with this one. I do my calls, my meetings, my teaching online. I edit my photos from here. I edit my videos. So like, this is it. Actually, I did forget the most important piece of my workflow. Cup of tea. This is a very important piece. You don't want to forget your cup of tea, especially for motivation. This is a really good one. And I also have 2 pairs of headphones that I use. This one, they're like Xiaomi, I think. They are Bluetooth headphones. I do use them mostly for like if I want to listen to music, or yeah, mainly to listen to music honestly, or if I have a call, I do use this one. While if I need to edit, in I don't know, why do you have two headphones? Don't you just need two? Don't you just need one? Not really. And while the other one, the old trusty cable headphones, who many people may think that they're a bit like old fashioned, not for me. And then, oh, of course, I have my phone with me in case I receive some notification or messages, texts, but I do usually tend to keep it on vibration or silent mode when I'm working because these can be very destructive. Then I have two kind of notebook. I do really love to still writing by hand, writing on paper. I feel like all of my thoughts, if I write on paper, it's just easier to transport all my thoughts from my mind, just to have them on paper rather than typing on a computer or typing on something mechanic. I feel like my thoughts kind of get lost in the process. And now I do believe that having like a beautiful space or a nice clean setting does a lot to help you in the process of the workspace. And one thing that I do keep in mind that I find very important is first of all light. I find myself that if I have like a natural source of light or near a window, it's just much more easier for me and to stay like focused, to stay concentrated. And sometimes, generally speaking, I do like also to rearrange or keeping my workspace on my desk pretty clean because I feel like it kind of gives like an energy boost or just a boost in general for productivity and creativity. Yeah, and that's it for my, how would you call this, like a desk tour, or yeah, something like that, or a workspace tour. So yeah. Well, now, especially like after and during COVID-19 and during the quarantine, working online has become like a huge thing pretty much all over the world. People were not allowed to go physically at work, physically at the office, so we had to find another alternative. And here where it comes the internet or working online as a remote worker. Now, that being said, there are many countries around the world that are specifically in very remote work friendly. And one of those countries is definitely the Canary Island. In Fuerteventura, where I am, it's like a paradise for working remotely. Now, but one thing to keep in mind that if you're looking like for nightlife or having a lot of fun, a lot of tourists and things like that, Fuerteventura is not your place. But that being said, if you're just like me, are looking for tranquility and just a workspace where the connection between nature and work, like, and it's very balanced and all of that, then this is definitely the right place to come to. Now, what are the good things and the advantages of working remotely and working online from Fuerteventura? Well, first thing first, safety. I must say that during my 3 times that I've been here, and I've been here for a longer period of time, I must say that it's one of the safest places I've been to, so safety is definitely number one. Second thing is good infrastructures. Now, for good infrastructures, what I mean is that you can easily rent a car here. It's like, it's one of the easiest place to rent a car because they do not ask for your credit card as a deposit. They do not really ask for a deposit. It's very cheap as well. And so yeah, this is the best place to rent a car, and it's extremely easy to move around, and it's not that big, so you, I don't know, like in 2 to 3 hours you were able to cross it from the north to south of the island, so it's very easy to move around. Everything is pretty accessible as well. Now, the third thing is the climate. Now, Fuerteventura is definitely known for being the island of everlasting spring. Here, the climate and temperature is just top notch. They usually don't go up than 30 degrees probably. I think that's the maximum, but it's doesn't always get to that point. It's usually around 26, 25. It's pretty sunny, but it's always ventilated. Now, another thing, of course, that you have to keep in mind whenever you're choosing a place or a country to work remotely, of course, it has to have internet and Wi-Fi. And here it actually has quite a high-speed internet. In all the places that I've stayed in Fuerteventura, the Wi-Fi and the internet was always really great. So, I know that's something that you have to keep in mind, because if you don't have that, or if it's not fast, you're going to have a problem with your work. And another thing, for those who for those who work online, work by themselves, but they still want to have, that kind of connection, it's like an office or something like that gives you. It's like having people around, like having that kind of connection with colleagues, things like that, that you don't have when you work online. For example, there's many co-working and co-living spaces that you can choose from. You can just Google them, you will find it online for sure. But it has also many cute cafe and coffee shops. That maybe you can just go there, grab a cup of coffee, something like that, and bring your laptop with you. They have Wi-Fi there, of course, so you can also work from there. Many people do that actually. Last but not least, nature. Now, Fuerteventura most particularly, it doesn't have like woods or forest, things like that. Like, it's not big on that side of nature, but I mean, it's an island, it's on the ocean, so like, it's amazing. You do your hours of online work, and then you just go out and you have the ocean in front of you. I mean, that's pretty sick, if you ask me, honestly. It also has many other things to do and see, nature related, like hiking the volcano here. And it's more like on the physical side of it, like there are many activities, water related or just physical related. So without a doubt, Fuerteventura is the perfect place to combine work life on one hand and leisure on the other hand. Now, let's go through the advantages and disadvantages of working online. Now, the first advantages, of course, is that you pretty much the boss of yourself, unless you work under someone else. But in most cases, you can choose your hours of working. You can choose wherever you want to work. I mean, you can pretty much bring your work with you wherever you want to go. You can organize your time. You can have a much more balanced life, honestly, between work life on one hand and taking care of your mental and physical health on the other one. And usually, this also improves not only your relationship with yourself, but your relationship with your family, friends, and all of that, which is quite an important thing, no? Also, when working online, you kind of feel more motivated because you can create your own space and change that according to how you feel, to your own self, to your own individual, which means a boost in productivity, creativity. Of course, you will also have more time to develop and focus more on your hobbies and your passions. Now, the disadvantages on the other end of working online, I mean, for me, if you ask me, it doesn't really have many of them, but it does have some of them that you can actually pretty easy work around it. So, for example, the fact, like I said before, that you don't really have that connection with other people because you work by yourself. Most of the time you work from home, from your room, or wherever. Sometimes you could lose that kind of balance or line between private life and workspace, especially if you work from home, because that's the place that you live in, that you end up working on. So you're probably going to have to work a little bit more harder in creating that distinction. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I actually decided to divide this video, which was supposed to be a longer one, into two parts. So stay tuned for the second part, which I'm going to showcase a little bit more like insight on daily life, like working remotely, working here on the island of Fuerteventura, showcasing snippets and part of Fuerteventura, what to do during the weekend. So it's going to be much more exciting, and for that reason, don't forget to subscribe. It only takes a second for you, but it makes a huge difference for me, because it
That helps to support the channel, which I really appreciate it. And don't forget to give it a like as well and comment underneath the video if you have any question about working online or about Fuerteventura, or maybe sharing with your experience working online. And so stay tuned for the next videos, and see you soon. Bye!